Hello YouTube fans, here again. Apart from the light being a little bit bright today, I figure why not do this one. I had a few people like this and a few nice suggestions on the same one who watched this. Hopefully it'll be one of my subscribers, and so for them, big thank you. I sometimes I do read my comments, and I read this one, and a lot of people like the stuff when it comes to my favourite films from a certain era. So I thought I was going to do this for a bit. I thought, I can't be bothered, I'll do other things. But because of this, I figured, why not carry on doing this? Meaning my favourite films from a certain era. This one being my favourite films from 1987. Why not? I don't think I've done 87 there. I know I've done 85 and positive I've done 82. And I could be right on one if I've done 84 or not. I'd have to have a look. It's been a while since I've seen some of my videos. So I figured, why not 1987? My favourite films from that era. So my first one, I remember watching it last night actually. Watched it last night on one of my archives, and I still enjoyed it. I still think it's a good film. It's one of my favourite Arnold Schwarzenegger films. That would have to be Predator, the original classic Predator. I love Predator. Cheats and feature film. It's in a jungle. I remember it was a big film off that day. But it was such a big film. I always remember the TV spot. I remember the theatrical trailers. I remember it all. And it was one, I keep repeating this, one of my favourite Arnie films. If it bleeds, we'll kill it. Balls a knife, stick around. And I love it. I do know originally that John Ford Van Damme was going to play the Predator. And anyone that's never seen the original design and what it originally looked like, oh my goodness, it looked fucking hilarious. I say it again, it looked hilarious. But then there was a lot of rumours that at the time Bloodsport was being made. John Ford Van Damme on purpose he got fired. Either that or he left, or there was lots of other reasons. And Peter Hill, I think that's his name, who's sadly no longer with us. Which, funny enough, to say in there, played a big, lovable Bigfoot in Bigfoot and the Andersons, which is nowadays just called the Andersons for some reason. And played that lovable Cheetah. It's funny enough to say in there, played the big monster being Predator. And as we know, in 1990, appeared in the sequel, Predator 2. But I always love it. I love the one-liners of Arnie. This is the Arnie I miss. This is the Arnold Schwarzenegger I miss. You know what I mean? What was the fucking tie? Stick around. You are one ugly. You know what I mean? And I love it. And even like Charles Reffers, every time I watch this, a tear rolls to my eye knowing he's sadly no longer with us. May he rest. But I love the bit where all the way through the film he's in denial. I love that bit where he says, "You trying to say that Art's got killed by a fucking lizard? No way! It's a two-man job, a fucking lizard." I laugh at that scene every time I tuggle. What you really think this Boys Joy Stout is gonna work? Instead of complaining, you should help. You're an asset, an expendable asset, and I use you to get the job done. Goes for the job. Bullshit, you just have to rest. I just love it. I just love the scenes in it. You know what I mean? What you gonna do next? Thai cheese? So yeah, I do miss Charles Weathers. Every time I see that, a tear goes to my eyes. But some of the lines he comes out with, even then, I chuckle, I laugh. You know what I mean? I chuckle and laugh. But I do think Predator is still a good film, and it's still one of my favourites. Speaking of my other favourite, would have to be the same there with Arnie. That being the Running Man. I love the Running Man. And when you think about it, a lot of the characters are sadly no longer with us. May they rest. And this also inspired a lot of game shows, whether it be Gladiators, whether it be The Warriors. If I remember a show called The Warriors. This inspired it all, and I know it was a Stephen King book. The Stephen King book was supposed to be depressing. It's nothing at all like when you see the film. When they got it, they made it their own. I love the ending. I love the song. You got to hit the right spot. No lonely nights. And I love it. You know what I mean? It's a damn good film. No, I don't want to see a remake. I keep hearing that. They're trying to make it more faithful to the book. To me, The Running Man, leave it alone. It's a good film. I, I love the film. They don't make films like this anymore. I love it. You know what else they don't make films of anymore? When you did ruin with a shit make? Robotop, half man, half machine. Or was it half machine? Yeah, half man, all cop. Some line like that, and I always remember the trailer. I remember right over the years what's in the theatrical one. Yes, it was out of fire. Yes, you got people getting shot up left, right, and centre. The scene that Peter Weller plays, he gets shot, he gets massacred. It's graphic. It's in your fucking face. Then halfway through the film, it becomes a revenge film. But then when I watched the director's cut, wow, what a difference! That's even more out of fire. But I love it. I love the scene that it's a guy, it's a cop, he gets brutally murdered, you feel for him. He gets turned into a machine, being Robotop. His memory comes back straight away. Well, not straight away, but all the way through the film. He's going after the ones what killed him. I love it. I can watch the sequel. It's not bad. The third one, you already know what I think of it. Piece of fucking shit. Remake. Fuck off. It never needed a fan size. That itself was good as a standalone film. Even though I don't mind the sequel, it was good as a standalone film. I do like Robotop. Fuck it. Speaking of fuck it, my favourite buggy, I can't remember the word right, Bezet, my favourite buddy cop film. My favourite buddy cop film would have to be the original Lethal Weapon. Granted, I like Lethal Weapon 2, I like Lethal Weapon 3, but this was the one that started off Lethal Weapon. I love Mel Gibson, he's suicidal, he's psychotic, he's nuts, but you get to like his character. I like Danny Duffer. I'm getting too old for this shit. I love the idea it's a story. And when you think about it, the original Lethal Weapon wasn't all just action, it was more of a thriller. In that era, they made a lot of thrillers. This was more of a thriller. It was more finding out why this girl killed herself. You find out she didn't kill herself. It was a murder. You find out it's just more than a woman who's had too much drugs and killed herself. And you find out it would have been a murder. You find out halfway through the film they're dealing with more than just typical drug pushers. It's to do with mercenaries and all this. I like Danny Debussy. My only issue is I just wish that if Danny Debussy more to do and more screen time, because I think he played a really good villain. I love the bit where he's fighting with Mel Gibson at the end. I like the fact it has humour in it. Do you want to jump? Well, do you? That's okay, arsehole. Let's jump. There's a cock up in that scene. The handcuffs come off and he has to hold the guy's hand. But it's not mean, it's fast minute. It never bothered me. It was fast straight away. You barely noticed it. But speaking of other films, my other favourite from 1987 would have to be A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3. This film beating other films on the theatrical release. Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, The Dream Warriors. I still think Robert Englund plays it good. This is where Freddy gets a bit more humour, more funny Freddy, like 1 and 2 when he was Dark Freddy. I love the bit where his face comes out of that TV. Here's your big break, Jennifer. Cut the time, bitch. He slams his head in the TV. The death scenes are a lot more graphic, which it does get more as the film goes on, more creative. I like the fact you got the Dream Warriors. I even like the song sang by a well-known rock band. They're the Dream Warriors. I don't want to dream no more. And I'm not going to do the rest, I won't be dreaming no more. But I do love the scene. I love Freddy. He's a fucking badass. My only issue is I just wish they did Freddy a lot more in it. In this, you didn't really see him that much until they did that. But I still think Robert Englund plays a good performance. That's why in my eyes there's only ever been one Freddy Krueger, Robert Englund. My other one, my favourite horror from 1987 would have to be Hellraiser. Came out for Dave Parker. It was the first film that Dave Parker did. Yes, it's taken off a book. I do know Pinhead originally was going to be a woman. It's a rare, they've done a reboot. This time it's a fucking chick and not a fella. But that never bothered me. I do know it was really gruesome when it came out. It definitely was not for the faint-hearted. It was bloodthirsty. You had a guy walking around with no fucking skin on. But you get past the blood and gore. It was imaginative. It was creative. This is not a movie with imagination. Granted, I do think Hellraiser 2, Hellbound does have a lot more imagination, but I do love it. I love the idea it's a bot. You're doing it the one way, it will kill you. I love the characters in it. I love the director as J.P. Chief. I love that woman, which Jakes, which makes that weird noise, which I do with the actress in that one. I just like the story to it. The music's chilling, there's bits where it's scary, but it also has imagination. I keep saying that word. Has imagination. My other favourite from 1987 would have to be Full Metal Jacket. Very good film, Full Metal Jacket. I always remember the sergeant in it, who's actually also sadly no longer with us. I love the bits where it says, "This is my gun." No, that's not saying it now. "This is my gun, that's for fun." I always love that scene. I remember the guy bullies all the way through it, you feel for him, and then he shoots the sergeant. Yeah, it's to do with Vietnam, it's to do with the war, but it shows that it's what it is. It wasn't glamorous, it was beautiful, nice war. It really shows the war as what war is. But I like Full Metal Jacket. It's down to Drew Steve, come else to Diet's name, so I'm no longer with us, good Diet. So down to Two-Bit, that's his name, right? Dan Two-Bit, who did us 2000, Space Oddity, giving us The Signing, and giving us this, as well as Clockwork Owens. But yeah, I don't mind this one, Dan Two-Bit's film, A Full Metal Jacket. It's a good one. So there's a lot of films there from that golden year of 1987. There's a few I've probably missed, like Faker with Tatsu, damn erotic film, but I've done that one before. Very good film, Michael Douglas. You know, you think he's an arsehole because he's cheating on his wife, and you know, he meets a fucking bunny boiler. It didn't look to that name, you've seen Faker with Tatsu. And there's a few other ones I've missed on the way. I might just talk about them one day, but they was my favourite films from a golden year, being 1987. If there's any what you remember in that day, let me know. Leave a nice comment. But until then, be smart, be safe. See you later.